Good morning, campers. Sorry. Do you guys remember that Robin Williams movie came out years ago? Like maybe the 70s and 80s. I don't know. It was a long time ago where he goes, "Good morning, Vietnam." Do you remember that? So every time I say "Good morning, campers" or "Good morning," that's in my head always. So anytime you hear me say "Good morning, campers," just think of that. That's what's in my head. Okay, so this video is going to be about calories, because I know that a few of you, because you've reached out to me, are concerned about how low of calories you're getting. You think it's going to shut your metabolisms down. You're not getting enough calories. I mean, because everybody has always said that we need 1,200 to lose weight, 2,000 as our total per day. That's what they bake everything on. Throw all that shit away. Get all that shit out of your head. Okay, and I'm going to start this video by saying I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. And I have no way to prove anything that I'm going to tell you other than the fact that I've done a hell of a lot of research and my own experimentation on myself and other people I know. But I am going to tell you that you need to throw that calorie crap that's in your head out. Okay? Because if you don't, you're going to keep yourself so confused and so angst about it. And being angst about anything like that can make your weight worse. So let me explain to you how this breaks down. And just if you want this information from a doctor or a scientist, go to Dr. Is it Dr. Fung on YouTube? I think it's Dr. Fung, and he has a video almost identical to this. I can't find the one I did here in the last couple of years, but it's about the whole calorie thing. Okay, here's the deal. When you're overweight and obese, you have an abundance of calories in your cells. All that fat that's stored in our body are calories. It's fuel waiting to be burned. Okay, so let's say that we do need 12 to 1,800 calories a day for your base metabolism, for breathing and just living. Okay, and let's say that we're only eating 800 calories a day for whatever reason. Okay, what do you think happens? So what happens is your body goes, okay, we took in 800, but I still need 1,000 more, so I'm going to go over here and get it out of my reserves. Because you have thousands upon hundreds of thousands of calories stored on your body to be used at any time. And if it was true that going too low in calories shut down everybody's metabolism, nobody would ever lose weight. Nobody would ever keep the weight off, even if they did lose it ever. It just doesn't happen like that. To get your metabolism to break, as they call it, a broken metabolism, you have to have, there's so many things that go into that I don't even want this video to get into that, but we could do another video on that. But there's so much that has to go into that to break a metabolism. It is so much harder than what people think it is. And eating less calories is how you burn the fat that's on your body. You cannot burn your stored fat if you're keeping your calories too high. And maybe you think, well, I don't want them high, I just want them higher. You don't need them higher, because the only way you learn to eat small and get the right amounts of small food is by doing it. Okay, and you can't do that if you have this fear that I'm not going to get enough calories and therefore I'm not going to lose weight because I'm not eating enough. I want you to really think about that. That doesn't even make sense, because how do people starve to death? I mean, you can starve to death by eating too low of calories for a long extended amount of time. And if it was going to shut their metabolisms down, they wouldn't have to worry about it, would they? Okay, so people who are big fasting proponents, which I am, you guys know that, we've learned about all this stuff throughout the years, right? I know for a fact, scientifically wise, from the articles I've read, the things I've studied, the things I keep up on, that you cannot break your metabolism by eating less calories. As long as you're eating every 3 hours, the way I've taught you guys to, a couple meals a day, your body knows it's getting fuel. It's not going to try to shut things down. It's not going to try to mess you up, because it knows that, you're feeding it. It's getting good. And because we're eating good foods, we're eating the greens and the avocado and the vegetables and the Brussels sprouts and the cabbage and the mushrooms, and all these things are good for us. We're packing in good stuff every day. And because our bodies know that it's getting this, tofu and good protein and all this stuff, it has no reason to crap out on us, okay? But if it gets hungry and it needs more fuel, like if I go out, okay, let's say I've only had 1,000 calories, but I go out and I work in the yard all day. Hallelujah, because guess what? I've just probably burnt 1,200 or 1,400 stored calories. And that's what I want. I want to burn the fat that's on my body already. So the last thing I want to do is put so many calories in there that it goes, yeah, I don't really need anything out of the storage today. Okay, so please don't worry that you're not burning enough calories. You are getting enough calories. You're fine. Even if you only got 600 to 800 on some days, and on other days you get 800 to 1,000, and then maybe you do have a day where you get 1,200 or 1,400. But I'm going to tell you guys something. As you get older, you need less and less calories. And people who live the longest eat the smallest. I want you to really, really, really think about that. People who live the longest eat the least amount of food. And I'm not sure if I put that article I read in here where it talked about the mice and stuff eating less and less food and living the longest. You just don't need the amount of food they've been telling us for years. And I want you to really think about the fact that if the FDA was right, if the dietitian, if everybody was right that talks about having, we base this on a 2,000 calorie a day diet, you got to have at least 1,200 to 1,800. If all those people were right, would we have the weight problem that we have in this, not just our country, but the whole world, but our country is the worst. If it was true that they really knew what they were talking about, would we still be talking about this? Would we still be working on this? I don't think so. So stop worrying about the calories and just eat your foods, eat your healthy foods that are good for you. Eat small because you want to be small and because you want to live longer and you want to be healthier. People who eat the least amounts of food, remember your stomach's only as big as your fist. Okay, my fist is not that big. So when you eat, you can take it to this, and that's fine. But if you're eating to take it to this and this and this, not fine. So you have to remember that you only need a little bit of food to actually survive. There are people that have lived on nothing but a palm full of food a day and that are healthy, you know. So you need to stop worrying that you're not getting enough food, okay? You're getting plenty of calories. Everything is fine. I would not steer you guys wrong on this because I want you guys not only to lose weight like I have, I want you to be able to keep it off. You guys don't even know yet. You don't know yet, but I'm determined that you're going to know this, okay? You don't know what it's like to get up in the morning, go in and brush your teeth and wash your face and then go pick out your clothes. And this is a really big thing that I've had for years, but it's one of my vegan tops that I love. You don't know how good that feels yet, but you're going to. Because I'm going to get you there. If you help me help you, I'm going to get you there. Because I want you to know this. I want you to, 2 years from now, be sitting around going, man, I've been thinner for so long that I don't remember what it's like to be that heavy anymore. Now, I do remember. I say things like that, but I do remember. You know, when I pull my foot up to look at something on my foot, I think, God, I haven't seen my feet in so many years, right? The other day I was shaving my legs, and I hardly ever shave my legs. I'm not a hairy person, right? But I went to shave my legs, and I turned around to shave the back of my leg on the backside, and I could see it so easy, and I had to stop for a minute and go, wow, I've never been able to shave my legs like that. I've always had to sit and put my leg up on something. Yeah. Now I can stand and just do it from the bottom or whatever. I'm like, wow, that's a trip. So I want you guys to get to this place, and I know that I can help you get to this place if you trust me. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask me these questions. Please ask me all the questions you have. Ask me everything. If you're nervous about the way you're doing something, if you're, you know, Gail asked today about having lemon juice in her drink instead of on her greens, and no, that's a no. Have it on your greens, okay? I want you to ask me anything and everything, and I will answer everything to the best of my abilities. I may not always remember the exact words, and oh, that's cool. The exact words I'm trying to use because the stroke has affected the mental abilities a little bit. And if I can find the other video that I did on this subject, I will actually include that so that you can see both videos. And I've got 3 or 4 videos that I'm wanting to make in the next few days because we may not be an official boot camp group right now, but we are still an extended boot camp group. And I still want to share all this information with you guys. And I still want you guys working on this every day, okay? So I've got some other videos I'm going to be doing for you guys. But today we're still on the hunt for a couch, so gonna get this one closed down and get out there and start hunting for that couch. All right, love you guys. Stop worrying about your calories, you're fine.